What's up, YouTube? This is Adam with Adrenaline Cycle coming at you with a customer build today. This is a repeat customer. He's bought 4 or 5, maybe 6. He's bought a bunch of units from us, and we appreciate his business. He stepped up from his X3 and got a Mav R this time. He traded in his X3 and got this big bad beauty. As usual, he wants certain things on his machine, so we accommodated that. We'll start at the front and work our way to the back, and we'll discuss a little bit of it. This is a 2025 Mav R, and it's got the blue color scheme with the red accents. Looks really good. The customer carried over a couple things. The main things he carried over from his other buggy was his pod lights, and that's fine. He wanted those, and they're Baja design, so these things will last forever basically. We did mount them on our brand bumper. Again, we've had really good luck with it. It's super stout, and then we have a KFI 4,500 pound winch. No, I'm sorry, that's a 5,000 pound winch, guys, because it is the Stealth. So it's all tucked in there, really nice, neat, ready to go, ready to work, do the job. Again, on the 2025 models, you'll notice that they do have the blacked out arm and blacked out knuckle, which just looks so much better, especially on this color scheme or the triple black. The yellow, it doesn't bother me as much. You'll also notice we got some KMC wheels on here. For customers, if you guys are wanting to do a build similar to this, these start out as raw aluminum, and the wheels, we'll go ahead and just send them over and get them powder coated. He wanted black, that way they just touch up a little better if you needed to. So we just went with like a crinkle matte black finish on there. Works really good, looks great, and does the job really well. With this offset, your buggy will go about 2 inches wider with these 35 Zillas on them. So if you're at 77 normally, you're right at about 80. You're 79 and a quarter ish, and that's just being transparent for you guys that's got a toy hauler, or you're limited on trailer width or things like that. It gives you, if you're 80 inches, you will clear, but it's going to be tight. You got to drive your machine right. Also here on the front, you'll notice we do have a windshield and wiper. This is our brand windshield. It's glass DOT, and we have these frames and glass made and installed for us, and then we put them on with our flat roof here. Looks really good. It changes the whole dynamics and looks on this car. You'll see the one in the background. Just look how much lower profile you get, and that's important when you're out here in some of these trails in East Tennessee and Kentucky. This car will spend most of its life in Tennessee on TWRA and Brimstone and Royal Blue and all that, but with that lower roof there, he's gaining about 3 or 4 inches over a normal stock car with the big plastic BRP roof. We do everything we can to keep the noise down and things like that, so you'll get nice foam here that does 2 things: noise and just keeps the weather out. Nice foam gasket around the side, clamped at the bottom. Customer did want a wiper. He's run that on other buggies before, so we got that. That's a BRP accessory part straight from the catalog. Works with our windshields. Yes, I know, go ahead and roast me in the comments about the wiper. It is what it is, guys. We can trim them down, but we leave that up to the customer, and you can cut it with a heavy pair of scissors, or cut a heavy duty pair of scissors to cut it. But we want it to get that full wipe, because it will come all the way over and go back. So it works out really good, even though it does hang over a little bit. But that's just nature of the beast, guys. Sometimes you just got to live with it and just work with it. Coming on the sides, you'll notice we got the upper door, the mesh. Works good, surprisingly, guys. This has been a popular product, and we'll do a video on that later on about some of the popular stuff. But these on the X3 didn't do real hot, but after some people put these on and rode with them and stuff, and it does help keep some of the wind off. Obviously not all, because it's mesh, but it's also good just to keep mud. It does a good job of catching a lot of the mud, and also just to keep the briars and stuff, because like I said, they're riding pretty tight stuff. Even though it's a 80-inch wide car, guys, they make it go. They put it where they want it, and it goes. And in doing that, you got to have some tree bars. This our brand tree bar, again color matched with the red. It looks really good, ties the front to the back. And that was something we was pretty adamant about. You know, just style wise, it ties the rear trailing arm red to the front A arm red, and that just pulls it all together. I mean, I don't know, I ain't no interior designer or nothing, but I think it does help the looks of the car. And normally I like black because you can touch it up, but this car needs red. It looks a lot better with the red, and it helps connect the colors front and back to the red. We'll go on around back here and show some other things. On this car, we got our bumper as well on the rear, super stout. I mean, this thing right here is made to protect your bed, protect your camera, protect your exhaust. It does all that. It's a good tie down point to, you know, ratchet strap your buggy in your trailer. Does all that, mounts in, you know, standard location at the bottom, and works really well. We sold this bumper really good. And again, guys, if we're wanting to do a build and you're calling us up, we can get, you know, custom colors. We don't like to do the 2-stage just because sometimes it's not as good quality, just because it's just hard to do 2-stage. But you know, these single stage paints, which is a lot of options these days, work out really good. Which he went black here, just easy to touch up if he does ding it up. Got stock rods and stuff on the back. I'm sure he'll upgrade over time. He did want to go ahead and do what we found is trailing arm guards. Those are factory UTV, and I'm not going to say they're needed, but knowing how you ride, this customer, he needs them, because we've seen if you're riding in that rock stuff and you got big step ledges, you will dent up the trailing arm. And I'm not the type of guy that I want to go spend $3,000 on a set of rear trailing arms for my Mav R, when I could just put a, you know, a couple $100, you know, skid on there, and it'll do the job and protect them and do really, really well there. And like I said, you can see on this side again, wheel, tire, tree bar, door, and we're going to step inside the car and we'll show you some stuff in there. All right, guys, we're inside the car here. I'm not going to sit in it because he's got custom seats, and he did pull these over from his buggy, but we did wind up using the retractable harnesses in this, just like he did in his X3. But he did like the seats, and I get it, you know, seats are expensive. We cleaned them up best we could, but they work good, and they go with the car with the black and red. Nothing out of place here. Looks nice, and we know PRP is a good product. Also, he's got door bags. Again, storage is a must for everybody, especially these guys when they're riding. They like to spend a long day out on the trail. You know, I'm talking 10-12 hours a day. So storage for snacks and necessities like TP and just whatever they're wanting during the day. You'll also see we got a external speaker here for a CB. We did mount that on the roof. That's where he wanted it. Most times we try to mount it low and down out of the way, but he did want it up top, and you know, we accommodate him for that. So it works out really good there. Got it nice pulled over and then tucked in on the top. He did have a tablet holder here for the extra glove box space for more storage, and to run you know, his phone for his music, because he does have a SSV set up here. Here's the knob, so it doesn't have to go through the screen. It's all controlled through the knob. He's got speakers in the dash, 2 6.5s, and then he's got 2 6.5 pods in the back with our custom soft windshield right now at this time. We're not going to sell these guys. It's just something, you know, like I said, we've sold a lot of cars to this customer, and as far as I know, there's not a soft one available. So we wanted the speakers to come through, because he is somewhat enclosed, and he might get home and come up with something, or go to somewhere and have them fabricate some full enclosures for these upper doors. That's definitely a possibility, you know, out there. If you live around somebody that does like houseboat canvases and stuff like that, we've seen them done and seen them come in the shop that way. But that's about it on the inside, guys. Like I said, you got the big 10-inch screen and stuff like that. You know, the car on the inside is pretty much the same. He does have his winch controls down here, and then we do, like I said, he doesn't do the smart controller. So he's got a wiper on off here, because that is available. You don't have to have the big integrated accessory, you know, computer to do that. So that's, you know, that saves some money, guys. Like I said, the car's expensive. You know, we spend, you know, been a year out, a little over a year now, and between me and the owner and working with other customers, we're learning what works and ways to, you know, save some money and put it in different areas. You know, like I said, the wiper up here is a BRP part. We got a wiper harness from BRP that works with that, so you don't have to have the big brain box to go in here just to run your wiper through the dash. Now, don't go through the dash, but you know, like I said, some people don't want that. They want the manual touch and things like that, because the dash is great for a lot of things, but I do find in my riding that if I'm trying to go and say I want to turn some lights on or something, I have to go to the dash to do that. You know, it just takes my eyes off the road a little more. It's a lot easier just for me to have instinct just to reach over and flip the switch to turn my, you know, cube lights on. So little things we're learning like that. Like I said, you know, if you want to buy the whole thing, if you're getting a bunch of accessories, yes, definitely that's the way to go. But if you got one or two, you know, you can add it if you know you're going down the road to put more on. But you know, we'll just you know, guide you guys that way. But that's the car here, guys. Really nice setup. I know the customer's going to be tickled to death. He's been riding with some R, so he knows, you know, what they're capable of with his X3, you know, compared to it. And he's like, you know, he's ready to step up. And, you know, again, he gave us the opportunity and we made it happen. But it's a really nice car. I think, you know, it doesn't seem like a lot just looking at it. But at the end of the day, guys, you know, there's some money in this car. But again, this car will get out on the trails and be super reliable, super durable with the, you know, the accessories on it. And we all know how like a carnivore does in the woods. These things are great tires. So I look forward to getting a ride with him and you know, check this thing out on the trail. This is the first time we got a blue one out to one of our buddies that we ride with. So, you know, I'm really excited about that because this is my favorite color right now. So we'll have our demo in this color as well, so it'll be a fun springtime and a lot more videos to come. And as always, guys, while you're out on the trail, be safe. And if you have any questions or comments, post them down below. And hit that like and subscribe, guys. It don't cost anything, and it really does help us out, so I can show the owner that my time is well spent by you guys liking our stuff. And that's it, guys. I appreciate you watching, and we'll catch you on the next one.